about it. I want to help you. And this is very important what I want to show you, Latino, because Stanley is lying on his channel, saying some things. But I want to show you something, Latino. And this is why I told you that you have to use your own content. And here's what I want to show you here. Let me show you something. You see this? Can you read this? Anyone read this?
Hi, John Galt. Copyrighted content has been detected in your video, Pop the Balloon, or Find a Stove. The visibility of your video is not impacted, but you can no longer monetize it. The copyright owner is now either monetizing it or receive analytics about it. This is not a copyright strike. It does not affect your channel.
Now, do you know what happened here? Does anyone know what happened here? Does anyone have any idea what happened here? What happened here is that once Jubilee purchased Pop the Balloon,
yes, Netflix,
right? Well, Netflix, I think, had a deal with Jubilee, and part of their deal was you need to copyright, or we're going to copyright every episode of Pop the Balloon that ever appeared on any platform that we can copyright. So that's what you're seeing here, right? That's what you're seeing here. This is possible. It doesn't matter if you're on another channel. Last night I was watching DJ Academics. Anybody ever watch him? And what happened with DJ Academics is he was playing a video, like a music video, streaming it on the screen. No audio. They had different audio playing over the video. Like he had audio of something else playing. YouTube's algorithm is so strict that it caught the video and shut down his stream. This happened last night. And he was blown about it. Like, damn, how the hell what did they capture? He thought they caught the music he was playing, but they didn't capture the music. They may capture the music 6 weeks from now when that music is entered into the content ID system. But this is what happens when you don't have content. I've never, ever played an episode of Pop the Balloon. I don't find that shit appealing. But this is from YouTube. Pop the Balloon or Find a Stove was demonetized. And this is what these lazy niggers are doing for content. And YouTube is putting a stop to that. So Latino, this is why I was telling you, bro, like, get in the habit of working and making videos. And part of the reason why I say this is because when you upload that video, they're going to do checks and shit. And then you can release it. But when you do lives, there's no checks until after the fact, and then they hit you. So this is what I'm explaining to you there. Latino, if you hear me, you're not even here, but if you hear me, or anyone else listening. Question, you still there?
Right here, John. I was actually taking a look at that video from Stanley. Well, it's gone now.
Yeah. So we had to go through and delete all of these videos. Initially, we would put them on private, not knowing that YouTube still scans those videos. And so if you even have them on YouTube servers, even if they made private, YouTube's algorithms will scan these videos and prevent you from getting monetization. That's how stringent they are in terms of forcing people to provide original content. And again, what I'm saying is, like, you think about all these people that you see react videos. where they're not doing anything but just playing it. No special effects, no sound effects, nothing. They're just sitting there playing the video. Don't they think the software can catch that? Seriously. Don't they think the software can catch that? I mean, Shazam can capture 3 seconds of a song and copyright you. You think you're going to be able to play someone's whole video and just chime in every now and then and think that you're going to get away with that? Like, again, Stanley, I'm telling you, I know you're watching. You better be lucky to have a good heart, bro, because I will shut your fucking channel down or force you to watch something else. Because I can just copyright you, strike you now. Things are different, right? I'm moving a little different these days, Stanley.
Yeah. Yeah. You have that ability, especially now that you're monetized and you do have original content. I mean, I know for a fact, as you and I had spoken about, being way more careful with everything and just using the original content or letting you review the video after the live and just bringing it down just to be on the safe side. Because at this point now, the focus number one is keeping the channel monetized. It's keeping the channel monetized first, second, and third. So everyone has to be more diligent. And just like you said, this new software, and yes, you know, John Galt, the software is all SaaS. It's just SaaS.
You know, I was reading about YouTube's it's called Content ID system. I was somewhat curious. I was wondering if they bought like Shazam or something, but I guess they did a good job of creating their own. But it's very, very extensive, as you can see here now. This content, what copyright claim, you know, came long after Stanley, played this video. And so what I'm saying is that you can have a video that passes through today and 6 months from now, a year from now, they're constantly scanning videos. And any of that content that you use today that may have been okay, they can get you later. You understand? It may have been okay today. Someone come along and buy that content. Now you have copywritten content on your channel, and that's going to prevent you from monetization there. So that's how that works. Yeah.
John, really just moving forward, the focus is just to keep it original content. If it's not original content, then you have to review it.
Yeah, you know, the only thing like free to use is really like your local news.
Okay, that's good to know.
So like I would say that's almost free exclusively. CBS, Fox 5 in your neighborhood. If a particular video is set for copyright. So, okay, Shredder wants to know if a particular video is struck for copyright, then is it just that video that becomes demonetized on our channel? It's just the video. Okay, so here's how it works. Okay, let's say you're not monetized and you're not monetized. Okay, but you reached all the criteria and you say, hey, evaluate my channel to see if I'm worthy of being monetized. They're going to say, oops, you got a copywritten video on your channel. No monetization. Come back 3 months from now. And now you got 3 months to make sure your channel is clean. And imagine how long Stanley was playing Pop the Balloon. You're not going to have a clean channel. So when you come back to 3 months, you're not ready yet. Stanley's been playing Pop the Balloon as an example. And it just doesn't, you don't pass. So what you're going to hear is someone like Stanley say, well, I streamed to my own channel and I didn't get any copyright claims. Well, he doesn't understand software. The reason why he may not have gotten claims is like, I can only imagine that YouTube would scan monetizable channels and above. Does that make sense? If you have 15 channels, 15 subscribers, YouTube is not really going to pay you any mind until you get a few more channels. Then you fall within the filter of scannable channels. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, everyone? I develop a lot of, let me show you this. Let me show you this. I develop a lot of search engines, and the companies that call me, I tell you, Federal Reserve called me the other day. And so I develop a lot of search engines, and here's the main search engine that people use here. It's Apache SOLR. There are other ones, but Apache SOLR is one of the main ones here. And so I know a lot about search engines, understand. And so one of the things when you're searching a large set of data like YouTube, then you're going to have, I can show you. Let's see. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Question, you don't mind, do you? Let me show you this.
John, yes. I'm not sharing screen either.
Let me see. Now, let's see if they have it here. Common query primary. Is it including search? Including index, something like that. Let me see. Oh, is it AI? Okay. So. Yeah, here it is. Oh man, boy, y'all niggas bringing me back. Boy. Oh. Question, you see this right here? You see, like, questions for the people to say, John, you never talk about software. Here it is. In Apache SOLR, which is probably well, maybe YouTube runs something different, but the same concept applies. The concept of index parameters is primarily refers to the configuration options that indicate how data is indexed and stored within a SOLR core or collection. These parameters are crucial because they directly influence how search queries will later be processed and what results will be returned. And so if I show you something like this, I'm getting deep in my bag here. Let me show you this.
Do you want me to go ahead and read to the chat what index means?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and read.
Hello, everyone. For those, when it comes to database, and I say database, think more like table and structured table. In the industry, they mean schema, like bone structure. Whenever you have data, it does need to be put into like a good, clean, clear schema. And that schema is like structure. Kind of think of like our skeletal system. From there, you index. A database index is a data structure that speeds up data retrieval operations on a database table by creating a sorted, searchable copy of selected table columns. For everyone in the chat, think Excel. That's Excel, how we use Excel, the tables. That's a great way to kind of get an idea of what index is. The purpose is so that we can query the database. You cannot query without an index. Thank you, John.
Yeah, and so a lot of times you're not even hitting the database. So let's say if you query hamburgers on a website, and then there's a title and a description that comes back. Well, you never hit the database. You only hit the index. You hit the search engine, and it brought you back the index there. Okay, this is perfect. I got something for you. Let me share something with you. Is Richard in the audience here? It'd be great if Richard's in the audience here. Let me see if I can. So
no, I haven't seen Richard in your audience. No, this isn't Access, Ryan. No one really uses Access anymore.
No.
No more Access. Yeah, Access is gone.
All right, so here is a configuration file for SOLR. YouTube will use something very similar. And so you'll see something like add index. And it's going to say, let's see if they have, it's not the full, but there will be certain fields that should or should not be indexed. Let me see if they have that. Certain fields that should or should not be searched. Let's see if it's here. Yeah, it's probably here. Okay, so what you see here, is it's telling you more or less what config file to use when you're searching the web here. So sitecore_web_index. And there are other indexes, for instance, for, I forget what this is, but, and you see there's a master in the web index here. I'm trying to see if I can find as you can see, here's the database here. So specifying database here. I'm trying to see if I can find the actual, config file where it shows you what fields are and are not being sorted here. I'll search here. Let me see. It's here. I think the parameter is something like include in search. And let's see. Yeah, this may be in here. That's not it. Params, JSON. Damn, that's not it. I was hoping I could show that to you, but anyway, wait a minute. I may see it here. Give me 1 second. If not, it'll be some other things that you'll notice. Here's something here. And then I'm looking to see. Spell check, passive, defines it. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is perfect. So you'll see here, I'm going to maximize the screen for you. Again, this is a SOLR search engine, and this is primarily how any search engine works. So if you're ever curious to know why your results aren't coming up or why your results come up, and so here is more or less the explanation for you. So when you send off a request to a search engine, so if you type in, hey, search for John Galt on YouTube, you see this QT, the request handler specifies the query handler for the request, the query event, the filter queries, so on and so forth, start rows, defines the fields to return for each document. So what you're talking about here is not from the database, but from the search engine. And those fields are specified by other criteria in the config file to saying which fields to store versus which fields to search or index. So that's how that works here. And here's another one here that you may find interesting here. Faceting. So if you ever go to a shopping website, you search for a pair of shoes and they have Nike, Reebok, Converse on the left side of the page, and they have, say, the number of shoes for that particular category. That's what they call faceting. And of course, you can do spell check as well. I was hoping to see if I can show you standard query parser. Very well, it could be it right there. This could be it. Let's see. Yeah, this is it right here. And so you'll see where it says, I think this may be it now. This is like what a result will look like. And so we were talking about this earlier with the adapter pattern. So this is what the query would look like. When you enter search on YouTube, this is what's being sent to the server. You'll see something like this. That's what you're sending to the server. And they may show you how it searches. If not, I can't find it. Anyway, that's that. That's enough of that, man. Common query parameters. I was hoping I could show you that. Damn. I don't see it. Anyway, enough about that. Sorry about that. Questions. Didn't mean to throw you off there.
No, not at all. There's nothing I enjoy discussing more. Oh, sorry. There's nothing I enjoy discussing more than chat, especially when you come in because you always bring it back to either OOP, object-oriented programming, your background, and of course also your background when it comes to database. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Think of the word of the day. The word of the day, we've had previous words of the day: encapsulation, polymorphism, which, friendly reminder, John Galt, Lena gave a great definition when you
Mhm.
brought this up on CT's Live, and she was the only one. There's a lot of people in the chat and the panel, and she was the only one who knew what polymorphism was.
Wow, that's interesting.
I don't know if you noticed that. And then, of course, there's also Ert, who heard Morpheus. I will never let that go. Wow, Morpheus. And of course, you've also mentioned orchestration, and which orchestration really kind of goes back into cloud and infrastructure as the code. There is just so much going on in this industry. There's so many facets. And to everyone in the live chat and listening, please, I do appreciate your patience, but we definitely are going to have John Galt Tech Talk. There will be a live devoted just to John Galt Talk and Tech, John Galt Tech Talk. And the first focus will be the OSI model. I do want to dedicate an open live to the OSI model. I know many of you are actually sitting for either the CompTIA Security Plus or Network Plus. There's also the CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst, the CSA. So those are great. Speaking about the federal government, you guys are nerds. Yes, we are. American and Millennial.
Yeah, I think I found the here question. Take a look at this.
Yes, sir.
So for people that are interested in search engines, algorithms, things like that, here is a particular segment of a configuration file, and this is how you can have configuration. The big thing about configurations is that I can update this configuration. So in other words, YouTube can say, we're changing our algorithm. And instead of having to take the whole site down, they can just update this configuration and it will be seamless to the user. That's the benefit of configurations here. Instead of writing all of this stuff in code, all of this that you're seeing here could be in code. You can write code for all of this. At some point, it would have to be somewhat hard coded, but you could write code for this. So what you're seeing here is, imagine a YouTube stream, right? The stream has a title. The name of this stream is what? Southeast DC Nicholas beat up my female tenant. So in that sense, the field name would be title. The type would be, I forget what type, but this is float, but this is a number field, so it should be something like text or string or whatever. And so there would be no default unless you want to specify default. And here what you have is index equal true. Now, what does that mean? This means that the field should or should not be searchable. So in this case, you're saying the field name equals price. In YouTube, it will be title. It should be searchable or index. And it also should be stored. Okay, now what does that mean? So let's say you go to a search engine and you say, hey, I want a hamburger. And they bring you back this field, the price of the hamburger in this case, formatted in this format, 0.0. And that's what you would be in the search engine. So that's how that works there. You look on YouTube, you'll see something like this. You'll see something like this. See title, right? This is title. This is channel owner and number of people watching. Oops, this is, oops. And here you see the description. These are all values that would be returned in the search results, if that makes sense. So in that sense, what we have here is that in the config file, what we will have is, did I get the right tab? Damn, didn't I get the right tab? Here? Oh, no, it's not there. Damn, did I lose it? I have it somewhere.
And to all the nerds out there listening and in the live chat, Apache is a web server. All of these websites that we visit, all of our websites are very dynamic. They're generally going to be hosted on Apache. Google, the banks, hospitals, everyone, insurance companies, etc. They use Apache web server.
Damn, did I lose it? Damn, did I lose it? Anyways, I was showing it to you guys. Don't worry about it. But basically what I was showing you is that you can specify what fields are returned or not returned, as I showed you there. And that's what you see on the search results. That's not hitting the database. That's hitting the values, the fields, the values from the fields that are indexed in the search engine. And from there, if you click on that, it may hit the databases from there. And so that allows your search to work faster because it's not hitting the database and grabbing a record full of data. Is hitting a search engine and grabbing more or less, in some cases, like in many cases, the best practices would be like a preview of the data before hitting the database. And then you have all kind of caching strategies and stuff like that. But that's how that works in a nutshell there. I see we got Get Crack in here. What's up, Get Crack? I'm boring the audience here, Crack. Crack said $51, 91. And he says, hey, I have a stream of Schizo Spud 6550 cleanup TOS term of service unfriendly word quickly. I sent him a screen cap of your rant on N-words this past month. Do you want him to clean up your content for you to re-upload it? Oh, man. Crack, man, let's talk off stream, bro. I got some thoughts, Crack. I got some real serious thoughts. And, the best idea would be for me to just clean up my language. That would be the best. But above me on that, for me to keep it authentic for the audience, I probably do need some cleanup after the fact. But I'm not very familiar with all of this. So let's talk off stream. Crack, you got my number. Let's talk. What do you mean? No, Crack, why don't you just join the panel? Shit. Let me put them link in here. All right. You can just join, Crack. Tell me what you think. What's up, Craig? Come on, join the panel, man. I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks here. I don't know if I want to point out this too. I was talking about why we hopefully Crack. Can you join? Yesterday I pointed out on CT's panel. JP said, "Man, I'm about 90% away from having my food truck operational." And I said to JP, "Why don't you do a fundraiser for something productive like getting your food truck up and going?" No one had ever pitched him that idea. At least he didn't say that they had. And I think that at some point, something like that may turn around for him. You never know. Yo, Crack, are you going to join before I get out of here? Let me know, Crack. Let me know. Yo, Crack, man, come on up and join, man. I really want to ask you about that girl today, Crack. Come on, Crack. Crack may be on Ava's stream. Or Lolo's. Is Crack joining? Did he step away?
Oh, here.
Crack. What's up, Crack?
Hey, what's up? What's up? All right.
Crack, you hear about that girl that got beat up? in my house today.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that stuff, and I think that was it. I saw a little bit of Be Brave come on, go at like Ryan a bit. Then I left again.
Yo, we called her.
Oh, you called her? I thought you said we weren't gonna call. I got the stripper one. I got the stripper clip. You got that.
You know I had to call her. Crap.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I gotta get.
What is your problem, man? No, you gotta keep doing what you're doing. SchizoSpud will clean it up for you. Private it right away. Give it to him. He'll clean it up and then upload you a fresh version that's clean. Yep, he did it. He did it all while we were streaming yesterday with Jeremy. Jeremy, you remember Jeremy?
Yeah.
You remember him?
Mm-hmm.
the white boy with Ava.
Yeah, I remember him.
This guy was dropping N-bombs left and right for the past like 2 weeks, and I just got SchizoSpud to clean it up for like right while we were streaming yesterday.
So what does he do to clean this shit up like that?
He does the transcripts, and then once he got the transcripts, his editing software automatically rips it all out.
Let me see the transcripts. Like
the AI has a transcript. As long as the timestamps align with the soundtrack, rips it all out.
Oh, but you gotta have a timestamp.
Yes, that's it. That's all you need.
But that's a hard part for it. That's a hard.
He did it all while we were streaming. He's doing it in the background.
Well, you know what? I guess you're right, because the timestamps don't have to be exact, right?
They don't have to be super exact, right? Yeah, but at least the AI knows what an N word is. It's just the accent. So I said, like, try it with John. Like he has different ways of saying the N word. So let's see how good AI is. Nickel, this, that. Yeah, right. Let's go. Let's catch them all. Yeah.
You may be able to get by with the nickel, but you can't get away with the.
Yeah, but you never know what the future is. Like you were talking about right here. What's the future TOS violation? The problem is the future, not the present. It's like we used to be able to say certain words, now you can't. And now the future will be like, we're newspeak, blah, 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 very clean language. What's TOS in the future? Yeah.
Well, and that TOS in the future would be retroactively applied to content in the past.
Boom. And just like you were doing with Pop the Balloon, that is retroactive. And that's how Thorpe TV, those Thorpe guys got demonetized, all that stuff. Yeah, it used to be like, oh, a black guy says the N word. That's cool. No, it's not cool no more.
Crack, let me show you something. Let me show you something, Crack.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something here. Like, I think the software is really getting ahead of
this is why you need it, because keep what you're doing. Just have him redo the videos and retroactively update it. When they change the rules, you get him just to run the software and clean it up again. And it's like you keep cleaning up until in the end, like nothing is said, right?
Look at this, Crack. This is a copyright claim from a show Stanley was doing, right?
Ritual Network.
But the clip is asking cops the same silly question they ask us. The interesting part, this video was played over a year ago. Think about it. This video was played over a year ago.
It's those body cam people, huh? It's like those people that do body cam content. They keep going around trying to strike you down. Yeah, they love striking people.
Well, once they start putting money into the game by buying that content, it only makes sense that they would copyright it.
That is so dumb, though. But cop content is like free domain stuff, and you're like, as long as you just add a little commentary, it becomes your own like personal. Like, come on, bro.
But hold on, I don't think that works anymore.
Oh my god!
The reason why I said it is because
this is insane.
Think about Shazam. You ever use Shazam?
No, but I know what it does. Yes.
Shazam needs 3 seconds of audio to capture the copywritten content, if there's any. So it says, hey, if this matches is doing a match, right, against an index. They say if there's a match against this index, then return the summary of what this song could possibly be.
Yeah, right.
YouTube is doing the same thing. They're matching up audio and video.
Yeah, video. They do video. Yeah.
Right. And anytime you add that video or audio to the content ID system, that's the software, they are periodically scanning content. Again, this email was received today for a copyright claim on content that was submitted to YouTube, approved, accepted, but now somehow maybe this content was bought by someone.
Yeah.
and they submitted it to YouTube. You know all those Pop the Balloon segments that Stanley played?
Yeah, I heard you said they're all they
You know,
all get
all
copyright
copyright.
now.
That's what was preventing us from getting monetized. Because not only must you private those videos, you must delete them.
Yeah, you got to rip them out completely,
Yeah,
or you manually go in and edit out every little time Stanley unpause the video or something. It's just like, dude, bro, nobody got time to do that.
Correct. Like, I don't think it's like you see people all the time. They're playing React videos and they pause, unpause, fair use up in the headline.
Right.
I don't think that's what YouTube is saying. I think YouTube is saying something like this. You ever see somebody do a YouTube video?
Well, they changed their TOS recently, like two months ago or a month ago. They basically said, if you have any unoriginal content, we will not monetize you. Jeremy was like, yep, he couldn't get monetized.
Right.
He got 500. He couldn't get because he kept playing like shit on the radio. Like he was in his car, play something in the radio, flag. Yep, or he replays other people's stuff. Yeah, flag. Yeah, they're very strict now on who gets monetized. Yep.
Right. And you know, again, I saw a big streamer last night get his stream taken down. He has 1 million subscribers on one channel alone. He's streaming to multiple channels at any given time, where you may have 10,000 people watching. DJ Academics, they hit him not for the song that he was playing. He's playing a totally different song than the video that was on the screen. They hit him for the video, not the audio. So that's pretty sophisticated.
No, they did that. They did that to me in real time when it was like the Thanksgiving stream or the New Year's stream. I was playing. I was like, okay, I got Dead Man. 12th Man up there, 12th Man. And I said, like, well, okay, let me play this outdoors video. Let's see if it can get through copyright. Because I knew that channel was had 5 million subs, lots of views. I said, I'll take off the audio. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it catches it. Caught it right away, just the video. And that was like a year ago, right?
Right. And so people are saying in the chat that, you yourself also play videos from other channels. But again, it depends on which channel you play it from.
Yep, which channel? That's right. You can look. You can tell right away if it's going to be a problem because you go like, "Oh, this guy's a big dude. It's probably a problem."
I played a news channel, a news clip from Sinclair Media. Unbeknownst to me, they copyright. Stanley streamed something from my channel to his channel, and this is what was interesting. This is why I was covering the configuration files. Correct? Are you familiar with configuration files? I know you are.
What kind of configuration files?
Yes,
batch script.
But you're familiar with configuration files. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah, I mean, in general terms, yeah. I mean, it depends if it's a Macintosh or Windows. I had Linux. I don't know.
Right, but
it could just be a text file, right? It could just be a dumb text file with the monitor setting should be 12,000 by 400 or some weird crap.
You can override the configurations, but those are the default configurations unless specified, correct?
Okay, yeah, true.
That's how it works, right? Those are the configurations. That's how it works. Right? And so, I was explaining to people that there are configuration files for search engines. You know what I'm saying, correct?
Okay.
And so, damn, I wish I had the screen up.
So what are you saying about these search engines then? What are you saying about the default?
So this is not it. What I'll explain to you is, so let's say if I play something on my channel, and so I have, 1,500 subscribers, right? And let's say you play something on your channel and you have 100 subscribers. Well, it's time intensive for a search engine to search all of the fields, all of the content, right? Okay. And so if you look here, I've developed so many of these, and this is what I'm trying to explain to people. You see here
we're going back to class right now here, man.
Right, you see here.
I don't want to see this crap.
Right, you see here a configuration entry. This is a config file here. This is an XML file.
Right. This is XML? Okay. All right. People, you like XML? You know, back in the day, XML was a joke, but I guess people liked it and started using this. Okay, XML's
Well,
real.
now JSON is more probably.
Oh,
more
JSON. Oh,
popular.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here you have here's the field name index, name equal price, selling your type, right? Which
Okay.
is, number, right? Default
Right.
equals, here's your default for that
Right.
entry. So, and index equals true. You know what index means. Should it be index? Yes or no? True. Should it be indexed? Should the field be indexed? Should this field be indexed? That's true. And then also here's something interesting. Should the value be stored? And in this case, it's true. Correct. And so what you're seeing here, or like down below the the machinations of all this is something like this, correct? And I'll explain it to you. And so, it's expensive to hit a database, right? Correct?
Right.
And so instead of hitting the database, you much rather hit an index. That makes sense.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. And so if you hit the index, if I say, hey, search for, I don't know, hamburgers, you can say, okay, I'm going to return a picture of the hamburger. I'm going to return the hamburger price and maybe the ingredients. Correct? And then if you say, I'm really, really interested in this hamburger now, I click on that hamburger and then I bring you everything from the database. Correct? Now they hit the database. But I probably have employed some caching strategies.
Oh, Lord.
You understand?
Here we go.
So from a YouTube standpoint, right? Someone there could be criteria where say, don't search channels with less than 200 subscribers, less than 100 subscribers.
I see what you're saying.
Search channels with more than 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Search channels that are monetized.
Yep, that's right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see it.
Search channels that are eligible for monetization.
So essentially, you're telling me like really popular channels, monetized channels, really good channels that would attract people's attention and keep their attention would be put into like, because I'm a hardware guy, that would basically be like L1 cache. Like everybody else, our losers are in like the hard disk way in the basement, which will rarely get access. Well, that's basically what you're saying.
You're talking about from a hardware standpoint.
Because like what you're saying is like, okay, the person when you get to the database level would be like, okay, I'm really interested in hamburgers. You would access the guy that's frequently cached. And that means that guy is like L1.
Right. You understand.
You want to be monetized because you want to be in L1. You don't want to be in like the RAID 5 stored cold storage like tape discs. You remember those tape discs?
Right.
Like probably like the government like archives are like in those tape discs.
So
rarely accessed.
So if you look at crack, behind the scenes, there's an algorithm retrieving some search results for me. And this comes straight from the search engine. This did not hit the database. Trust me. Okay. This would be too labor intensive to hit the database for all this.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It said this hit the analytics to say how many people are watching. So it said put a number right here and put the text watching if live. Yeah. If live, enter number watching and the text watching.